Going live, going live. Johnny 5 is alive. He's alive. He's alive. This is a totally unexpected stream that I started doing today because I realized I didn't do any planning or thinking ahead of time. We're doing this today, though, in the hopes that can I be heard? Can I be heard? Am I heard now? Can I be heard? I'm not sure. I'm trying to see if I'm heard here. But yeah. If I cannot be heard, you let me know down below. If I not being heard, let me know. My fat fingers. However, I'm hoping that I can be heard. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to go here and see if I can see myself doing the thing because I totally want to make sure that I'm being heard here before we go on, and I totally just, um, you know, I'm gonna find out right now. You know, oh, I am being heard. I'm gonna find out right now. You know, oh, I am being heard. Okay. All right. Oh, I am being heard. Okay. All right. All right. I was just totally checking on myself through my phone. Now that I know for sure we're being heard, I definitely want to thank everyone for stopping by, liking, commenting, sharing, all that beautiful YouTube stuff. Because if it really wasn't for you guys, um, I wouldn't be at the stage I am now with this channel. Um, I wish uh, that I can be able to spend a little bit more time dedicated to the channel, but it's hard. I got two different jobs, a son who's very, needs attention. He loves attention from his mom and dad, obviously. Uh, and all the things that come with that. You know what I mean? And I just want to thank everyone for just basically being there for us at the channel because really if it wasn't for you guys we wouldn't really be here uh doing anything worth. I would just be yelling at the sky, you know what I mean? I just want to get out of this because it's distracting me a little bit. But I wanted to definitely come and talk about some extra Christmas movies that I think that you guys can enjoy that I haven't talked about this year and may in time get to them next year. But, the last couple of years, we've been doing these, trying to pay more attention to the seasons and stuff like that and the holidays and just really getting into it, so to speak. And I just wanted to talk about some more that I think that you guys will enjoy. Like for instance, this year we got into the Gremlins. We got into um shit. We got into the Gremlin, A Christmas Story. Then I did let's see what did I do here? What did I do here? National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, right? So I totally wound up doing that. And I don't know if I'm really gonna get to any more Christmas movies this year because the next couple of weeks is going to be pretty crazy, so to speak. But I thought that one of them that I talk about is the Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell. I thought that particular movie was a good movie. I always loved Kurt Russell. He's a phenomenal actor. I've always enjoyed him from as a kid. How I was introduced to Kurt Russell as a kid was through the movie Overboard with his wife, Goldie Hawn. And the premise of that movie is basically that Kurt Russell is a working man and Goldie Hawn is some posh, rich woman. And she winds up going overboard and getting amnesia. And her husband thinks that she's, done, gone, missing. And so he starts living it up a little bit. But Kurt Russell winds up finding her, so to speak, and convincing her that she's his wife and the mother of his children. And they wind up falling in love and everything. And she winds up finding out that she's not married to him, but they wind up getting together. The 80s had some wild, wild stories. Like, you would think a woman would totally be, she would be like, oh, that's a bunch of red flags right there, right? I'm not dating this guy. He lied to me all this time. But, but, I also, yeah, so the Christmas Chronicles for Kurt Russell was pretty good. I think the Santa Clauses are always good movies too. At least the first couple. The first couple I thought were really innovative in a way, a good way of explaining why Santa Claus, the Legend of Santa Claus, lasts so long, and uh, and what have you. But the Santa Claus movie, the first two are definitely worth the watch. Christmas with the Cranks again with Tim Allen. He really winded up sticking with the Christmas stories, I guess. But it's whatever, man. He's a decent actor. I thought. I enjoyed him in the Toy Story movies. My mother loved him in Tool Time, Home Improvement, and It's a Wonderful Life. You know, is a movie I definitely watch every year. I love that movie. I primarily watch that either on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Um, but an interesting thing I heard about it was that if you really think about it, it really is the first multiversal movie that's put out because we get to see a man live out his life in a way that he got his request granted about seeing how the life that he didn't want anymore, what would life be like for the people that he loves if he wasn't around? And he realized that for the most part, a lot of things would fall apart without him in everybody's life. You know, his mother ended up becoming an old maid, which back in the day, I guess, was like a really big thing if a woman never married or had kids or anything like that. Um, I to call her an old maid to be, you know, and then the brother ended up not surviving uh, because George initially saved him, and without George saving him, his brother died, and in the reality that George lives in, the brother saved a bunch of. I know how to talk. Do you know how to talk? George's brother saved Harry saved a bunch of soldiers during a war, And without George saving Harry, Harry never got to save those men in battle, and all those men perished, and that trickled down in their lives, so to speak. So little did you, and then even like one of George's friends, that's a lady. He always had a fondness for her, like a genuine concern. You know what I mean? Like if he never married his high school, his sweetheart Mary, he would have definitely married her. You know what I mean? It's just she was sh- she was fast girl, man. You know what I mean? She was always looking to go on dates and shit. And that's probably what stopped him from pursuing her per se. As to the innocent but just as beautiful Mary, uh, he was more intrigued with that because it was like, you know, he just liked that sweetness better, that innocence, right? No girl's innocent 100% though. Not 100%. I'm just kidding, ladies. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so those are some of my Christmas movies that I totally like. I would have to say that It's a Wonderful Life and A Christmas Story are two of my more favorite movies to really sit down and, I feel very nostalgic with them. Very, uh, when I'm not even in the Christmas mood, I feel like these movies put me in the Christmas mood. A movie that I kind of want to talk about a little bit, and I'm going to get more into a review for that down the road. Once I get done watching it, I'm not that far off from watching it. But again, it's going to depend on my timing of stuff in the next week or two. But me and Chrissy and I were watching the Barbie movie earlier. I bought it on Blu-ray about a week or so ago, and we finally got around to watching it tonight, earlier today. And we got like 20 minutes left to it. We're at the point now where all the Kens are battling and stuff, and Mattel is now in Barbie Land and stuff, and all the Barbies are trying to do their thing. Baja Blast, baby. Mountain Dew, if you want to sponsor, I'm here, man. But yeah, so I'm gonna see how the movie ends. I love how it's kind of like self aware the movie is already. Especially near the end where Margot Robbie's kind of trying to talk about uh, how she feels ugly and everything, and the narrator and the movie is a little meta and it's like, well, they could have chose someone that's not Margot Robbie, because even when she's ugly, she's not ugly. You know what I mean? But that was at a scene where the group of Barbies and America Ferrera's character were talking about how difficult it is to be a female, uh, to try to follow all these rules, to try to follow all these things that makes it hard for women to feel like they can be a woman without being judged for what she's doing or anything like that. And I always took it myself because I know that a lot of women even say how Barbie is next unrealistic expectation on how women should be looking in real life. And yeah, obviously it's a toy. Um I mean, I guess boys could have said the same thing about GI Joes, right? That you need to be cut and shredded and fighting evil all around the world with your bare hands, which is a way more dangerous situation than a Barbie if you want to emulate Barbie's life, right? And then try to emulate a GI Joe's life. Um, I rather emulate Barbie's life because at least Barbie gets to be everything, right? A lawyer, doctor, the president, just regular old Barbie, uh, Nobel Peace Prize winning Barbie, camper Barbie, Snow Bunny Barbie, this Barbie, that Barbie. G.I. Joe, you just G.I. Joe, bro. And in the G.I. Joe world, whatever your nickname is, that's probably what you're stuck with for the rest of your life in G.I. Joe. If you are known as Firefly, you are forever going to be a fire science GI Joe, okay? You are that's just how it goes. If your name is EMP in the GI Joe universe, you're pretty much a computers guy, right? That's how it's going to work. So at least there you get a little bit at least in the Barbie world you get a little bit more freedom of what you can choose, right? But I think that's also the joke about it because even if Barbie, you made it into a particular Barbie, like how Margot Robbie was stereotypical Barbie, that too is a lot to live up to because of the reasons why they explain in the movie. Stand out, but don't crush men's feelings. Don't crush your fellow woman because of the sisterhood and this, that, the other thing. I can totally relate to a lot of what that speech was saying. But I hope that women understand that men have similar conflicts of interest when it comes to being a man and in a man's world and what we are trying to do for men, just as much as women were pigeonholed into certain things in their life. Men too were pigeonholed into certain things in their life that like we're supposed to be protectors, right? We're supposed to be providers and hunters and all this other thing. But if women want to be equal, does that mean that men ease back on those things? Um, because women wants to be equal, does that mean that they don't expect men to pay for the first date or this or that or anything? It's a unique dynamic that's been happening with men and women all of our lives, and I don't think that these issues are always something new. I think that they always linger. Um, but I think that we do live in a time where it can be talked about a little bit better. Like for example, as a man, I remember all my life growing up, be a man, be a man. Don't show any emotion. You got to be cold in the face of enemies or whoever, right? Don't be shedding no tears. Don't let them see you cry. Don't let them. Don't even cry. You know what I mean? Your eyeball could be popping out of your head, and don't cry, right? And uh, but men need to be in touch with their emotions so they don't become a cold calculating a being that then you can't connect with or have any sort of a relationship with because they're so cut off from their emotions they don't know how to handle them or process them. So it's just things like that that are very similar things that we face. We're not sure if we're good enough. Um, we try to be what uh the women that we're interested in, we're trying to be what they want us to be, but at the same time, what's the cost of it? You know what I mean? And so but I mean, I'll get more into those type of issues when I do the review on the Barbie movie because I just totally want to be able to concentrate on that. So with that being said, I want to totally celebrate the fact that we reached 300 plus subscribers. We're at 304 at the moment. That is amazing. To me, that's amazing. I never thought that I would ever get to 50 subscribers, 100 subscribers, 200, 300. All these numbers. I mean, for some YouTube content creators, that's like they make that in a day, whatever. And excuse me, and more power to them. You know what I mean? Uh, but for this channel and for channels like me, though the reaching a number like this is for me a big milestone, right? So for the videos for the last few months, the videos I've been doing have been promoting the march to 300 subscribers, baby. And we did it. Now, the next goal is going to be 400 subscribers. Now, I'm not sure exactly if there's going to be any giveaway then or anything like that, like I did promise with this particular give with this particular milestone. But if you have an idea for what can be done for our 400th subscriber milestone, we can totally think about this, guys. And I can totally like leave uh, um, a thread open on our community page and for any suggestions or anything like that about what we can do for our 400th subscriber celebration. But with this celebration specifically, our 300th subscriber count, I did say that we'd be doing a comic book giveaway. And I also did say that we'd be doing a watch along to the movie 300 for sharing giggles, right? And so, yeah, it's something over here distracting me. Sorry. So, as far as the watch along is concerned, that's probably going to happen after the new year hits. Because again, I'm going to have to order the DVD for that. Because if I'm going to spend money on it, I'd rather just own it instead of renting it. You know, at this point, I don't even know why renting it is still an option. I mean, who's buying 300 at 20 bucks? I don't know, unless it's the super duper collection where there's 50 extra scenes or something. I don't know. But there shouldn't really be any reason why the movie 300 is more than $10 on Blu-ray at the moment. And I might get the sequel to it, even though the sequel is, in my opinion, right? So that watch along will happen, but after the new year. And as far as the comic book giveaway, I am going to choose that random subscriber now. Now, as far as because I'm trying to remember the time period at the timestamp that I got here at 24 minutes in. Um, the subscriber that I'm going to pick that person in a few moments. But I did say we would be doing a comic book giveaway, and I'm just going to kind of here's the stack of comic books, right? Here we go. I kind of told you it'd be a few, right? Because I think that some of these are really fun stories to go through, especially if you're a comic book guy, right? And so, like, some of them are newer comic books, some of them are older. So it's going to be a little hodgepodge of comics, probably from like the last 20 years or so, and I'll show some of them. Like, for instance, this one, even though I did a review on this and I love Howard the Duck, I think that's one of the main reasons why I want to give this away with it because I want to share my love for Howard the Duck. And this is celebrating his 50th birthday in the comic book industry, right? And it's a one shot comic book that does three what if scenarios based off stories from his past. So I kind of want to do that and celebrate my love for that. Like here, the Astonishing Iceman #1 will be going in because I wanted. Um, I just didn't have the really the time or the funds to follow that story 100%. So I kind of just thought that I'd add that in. I'm going to throw in a couple of future state stories, the Justice League 1 and 2 here, and let's see here. One of the older books here, the Max. If you're unfamiliar with the Max, check them out. A Wildcats, and I don't want to give away too many more um, books here. I mean, I'm not saying that there's going to be like $100 book in here or anything like that. It's just some really just random hodgepodge books, and I am going to add a full story in here. Uh, you know that I'm going to show you guys at least this full story, and I know that, like I said, sometimes it is what it is. With certain books, people like certain books, people don't like certain books. I'm just trying to share my love of comic books, and like for instance, this one here, being I was a fan of uh, a couple of these characters in here. This particular 5-issue miniseries, the Uncanny Avengers. The 5 issues in here explore Scarlet Witch's and Quicksilver's origin and kind of updates it then. Uh, Here's a speed metal, death metal book. Um, and yeah, like I said, a couple more issues here that I'm hoping that whoever this goes to will enjoy the stories, enjoy the comic book, and yeah. So the person that I decided to pick for this particular giveaway, and I think that this channel is a pretty decent, pretty not even just a decent channel, a fun channel because you can tell that this man has a lot of fun collecting, and I think that not saying that that anyone else wouldn't be appreciative or anything like that, but I definitely know that he'll have at least an interest in some of these books, and I'm not sure if he'll have some of these or not, but uh, the person I chose to win this giveaway, the channel is called Mike's Evil Comics, and I'm gonna tag him in this actually now, so I can at least alert him to it, or at least I'll find a way of tagging him in it. But that's basically who I picked to uh, do the particular to win the particular uh, giveaway. I was trying to think of the word giveaway. So I'm gonna highlight the YouTube channel in on this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it some time for him to respond, and if I don't hear from him by say like a week or something like that, then I'll just move on and pick somebody else. But that's pretty much who I chose for this giveaway. And I want to congratulate him because he runs a great channel. He's also, you know, just done some cool stuff in regards to with his own channel. So I'm hoping that you know he'll enjoy the prize that he won. I'm trying to see here how I can, right? I mean, shoot, man. I'm trying to see here how I can look this guy up so I can tag him in this because I want to be able to again have him be aware that he at least won. You know what I mean? But when you come across this, I want you guys to kind of tell me what some of your favorite holidays are and stuff like that. Some of your holiday movies are. Here we go. Mike's. Oh, wait, I actually picked something. Here we go. Evil's Comics, Mike's Evil's Comics. Go check him out, man, because I think that I just think that he's you know, a good YouTuber, man. I enjoy watching him and his channels and stuff like that. And yeah, so go check him out. What I am trying to figure out is how to tag him into this so he can know um tag a YouTube channel in comments. Because, I don't want him to. Okay, so at Evil's Comics, you won the giveaway. So let's see here, but it doesn't really, does it? Really? Yeah, it doesn't really. Well, I'll pin it. All right. And then I guess I'll say that he won this. I'm hoping that, but probably what I'll wind up doing too is tagging him in the actual name of the book, the title of the video, so he can have an idea of, that he's one, so to speak. But congratulations, Mike, Mike's Evil Comics. I hope that you see this. Uh, just basically let me know how we can get in contact with each other. My email, um, is tully2099 at gmail.com. And, hit me up there or write in the comments here and we'll figure out how to get these comics to you. I probably won't have the time to get them out to you, probably, like I said, until after the new year. Probably the first week of the new year is when I'll get them out to you. But again, I just need your contact information and then we can take it from there. So again, congratulations, Mike. Keep up the great work on your channel as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of where I wanted to be at with this particular thing, because I just wanted to like kind of celebrate the fact that we had someone finally we finally had reached someone somewhere in our community that we were able to, I feel like, successfully go to, and I feel like we did some sort of headway or leeway into this. There's a lot of times where I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep doing this or not. Um, but I'm glad I did. I'm totally just amazed we got this far, and I'm so humbled by the fact that I can make some people's days. I hope that I can continue to make their day. Hope I can continue to entertain you, educate you in some sort of thing that you may not even know, or that I'm aware of even any of that, right? I just want to share my love of stuff in my life because I know how important these things were to me at some point in my life. Um, Comic books and movies got me through a lot, and music, obviously. These things got me through a lot of dark times in my life. And I'm not the only one that goes through really dark times, but um, it got me through some. It's part of the reason why I'm alive today, to be honest with you. People may not realize, but comic books has saved my life, on many of occasion, and I just want to share that love with everyone. And I'm kind of glad that I finally got to be able to do this and have the courage to keep sticking in there with it, even though I didn't want to on certain days. I wanted to delete this channel, and not because of like drama or anything, just because my own mind tricking that I'm doing up here, right? And try not to do that to yourself, guys, because you never know. Like Wayne Gretzky said, you are 100% a loser on every shot you don't take. Not saying that when you take a shot it's going to work out, but the more shots you take, the more likely one of them is going to stick, as opposed to never taking a shot and still being miserable anyway, right? So I might as well take a chance and have a chance of not being miserable, right? To show people that you can be in a dark place in your time, at the time, a dark place in your life, and it doesn't have to be comic books. It doesn't have to be movies or music. It could be anything, right? That you have an interest for and a love for. Use that to Don't use it in lieu of something else to then let that become the new obsession or the new toxic thing that is taking over your life. Just use it to get through. Excuse me, belched a little bit. Um, Use it to cope with your life, because really life moves at such a fast pace. You're never going to really know how quick it comes up on you. So that's my view on that. And that's pretty much kind of where I'm going to start leaving it a little bit, because I kind of just wanted to get this stream out and thank everyone who has did all the liking, did all the commenting, sharing, subscribing. Thank you all for real. Here's to another 300. Uh, Mike, I hope you see this. Mike's Evil Comics. I hope that you see this, man. Thank you for your subscription and your faith in us here at Tully Television. And if I don't hear from you in like a week or so, then I'm gonna have to pick someone else. I don't want to necessarily welch on this giveaway, but you are the first pick. So let's see what happens. I hope to hear from you, man. And for everybody else, I hope that you have a great holiday. I might get one or two more videos out before the new year happens, but if I don't, I hope that everyone's holidays is super duper spectacular. I hope that 2024 brings you everything that you're looking for and all the blessings and abundance that you guys deserve. But until next time, peace, Nookums.